boys and girls, it's Miss Welch. So as I promised you on either Friday or Monday, we were going to start a chapter book, and today is the day we're going to start it. I love this chapter book. I think it is a very funny story. It's a quick read, but I think you guys will really enjoy it. So the title of our chapter book we're going to start is the book Freckle Juice, and it's written by Judy Blume. And I'm going to read you the little synopsis on the back so you can know what this book is going to be about. More than anything in the world, Andrew Marcus wanted freckles. Raise your hand if you have freckles. His classmate Nikki has freckles that cover his whole face, his ears, and the whole back of his neck. But when Andrew asks Nikki where he got them, Nikki just says he was born with them. Some help he was. That's when Sharon offers Andrew her secret freckle juice recipe. For 50 cents, she promises Andrew can look just like Nikki. His freckleness days are over. He rushes home to whip up the concoction, grape juice, vinegar, mustard. But what starts out as a simple freckle juice recipe quickly turns into something disastrous. Andrew is still determined to get his freckles and to show that pesky Sharon that she doesn't know everything. And he has the perfect solution. Or does he? Let's go ahead and start reading chapter 1 today. And as we read the story, I hope you enjoy it and get a good laugh. If there are any pictures, I will definitely share them with you. Freckle Juice, written by Judy Blume. Chapter 1. Andrew Marcus wanted freckles. Nikki Lane had freckles. He had about 1 million of them. They covered his face, his ears, and the whole back of his neck. Andrew didn't have any freckles. He had 2 warts on his finger, but they didn't do him any good at all. If he had freckles like Nikki, his mother would never know if the back of his neck was dirty, so he wouldn't have to take a shower or a bath, and then he would never be late for school. Ew. Andrew had plenty of time to look at Nikki's freckles. He sat right behind him in class. Once he even tried to count them all. But when he got to 86, Miss Kelly called, "Andrew, are you paying attention?" Yes, Miss Kelly," Andrew replied. "Good, Andrew. I'm glad to hear that. Now, will you please pick up your chair and join your reading group? We're all sitting here waiting for you." Andrew stood up in a hurry. His reading group giggled, especially Sharon. He couldn't stand that Sharon. She thought she knew absolutely everything. He picked up his chair and carried it to the corner where his reading group sat waiting. "You may begin, Andrew," Miss Kelly said. "Page 64. Andrew turned the pages in his book. 64. He couldn't find it. The pages stuck together. Why did Miss Kelly have to pick him? Everybody else already had their books open up to the right page. And Sharon started giggling. She covered her mouth to keep in the noise, but Andrew knew what was going on. He finally found page 64, right where it was supposed to be, between pages 63 and 65. If he had his own freckles, he wouldn't have to count Nikki Lane's. Then he'd hear Miss Kelly when she called for reading groups, and nobody would have laughed at him. Later, when the bell rang, Andrew poked Nikki Lane. "What do you want?" Nikki asked, turning around. I was wondering about your freckles," Andrew said. "Oh, yeah? Well, what about them?" Nikki felt pretty dumb. "Well, how did you get them?" "What do you mean, how? You're born with them. That's how." Andrew thought that's what Nikki would say. Some help he was. "Line up, boys and girls," Miss Kelly said. "Time to go home now. Sharon, you can lead the girls, and Andrew, you can lead the boys." Oh, some luck. Just when he got to be the leader, he had to stand next to Sharon. When they were in line, Sharon whispered to Andrew, "Psst, I know how you get them." "How you get what?" Andrew asked. "Freckles," Sharon said. "Who asked you?" "Well, I heard you ask Nikki about his." Sharon ran her tongue along her teeth very sneakily. She was always doing that. "Do you want to know how to get them?" Sharon asked. "Maybe," Andrew told her. "Well, it'll cost you 50 cents. I have a secret recipe for freckle juice," Sharon said. A secret recipe? Uh-huh. Sharon's tongue reminded Andrew of a frog catching flies. He wondered if Sharon had ever gotten a mouthful of bugs that way, the way she opened her mouth and wiggled her tongue around. Andrew inspected Sharon's face. "Well, you don't have any freckles," he said. "Look close," Sharon said. "I've got 6 on my nose." "Big deal. A lot of good 6 will do you." "You can get as many as you want. 6 was just enough for me. It just all depends on how much freckle juice you decide to drink." Andrew didn't believe Sharon for a minute. Not 1 minute. There was no such thing as freckle juice. Andrew had never heard of it before. Boys and girls, that is the end of chapter 1. What do you think Andrew's going to do? Do you think he will take the secret recipe from Sharon and try it? We already heard that something disastrous happens. Go ahead and make a prediction of what you think the rest of this book will be about, and then check back in with me on Monday and we'll read chapter 2 together. I miss you guys so much. I hope you're having a good day, getting out, staying healthy and safe. I love to hear from you guys. I miss you, I love you, and I can't wait until we're back together again. I'll see you Monday for chapter 2. Bye.